The Tinderbox. There used to live a soldier who took to the long roads. He had a sword in his hand and a backpack. He had been in the wars and was now returning home. On the way, he met an ugly old witch. The witch said, "Hello, soldier." "Hello, witch," answered the soldier. The old witch pointed at a tree and said, "There is a tree there. It is hollow within. You must climb up to the top, and then you will see a hole through which you can let yourself down into the tree. Let yourself down into the tree. You will see a large corridor. There are 3 rooms filled with wonderful chests. There are dogs on them. Wear that apron before you enter the rooms. When you enter the rooms, take the money you found there for yourself. Bring me just the Tinderbox." The soldier climbed up without hesitation and walked in through the hole. When he came into the large corridor at the bottom of the tree, he saw 3 rooms like the witch said. He went into the first room where there was a big-eyed dog. Then he wore the apron. He stuffed his pockets with the copper coins. In the second room, he wore the apron again, and this time he found silver coins. And when he saw all the silver in the chest, he threw away the copper he had taken and filled his pockets and backpack with nothing but silver. The soldier then entered the third room. The dog's eyes were the biggest of all. He wore the witch's apron and found gold coins in the chest. He emptied his pockets and filled them in a bag with gold coins. He filled his pockets and backpack, even his boots and his cap, with gold. Now he was rich indeed. He took the Tinderbox and went out. "Pull me up," said the soldier. When the soldier came up, the witch asked, "Did you bring the Tinderbox?" "Yes." "But what will you do with this box?" "It's none of your business. You got your money. Now give me the box." When the soldier drew his sword, the witch was afraid of it and disappeared. Then the soldier set off for his village. The soldier soon arrived at a wonderful village. He found a good place to stay. He booked the best room and ordered his favorite dinner. He had a lot of money. One of the servants noticed his old clothes that were not for a rich man because he had not yet bought new ones. Next day, he appeared in respectable boots and fine clothes. Now, instead of a common soldier, he had become a noble lord. People told him about the king and the princess. The princess is very beautiful and lives in a copper castle surrounded by walls and towers. "No one but the king can go in and out," said the people. "I need to see her," the soldier thought, but he couldn't get permission. Now he was living in comfort, was going to the theater, and was giving the poor a great deal of money because he knew how hard it was not to have enough. Now he made a lot of friends who all said that he was a real nobleman. But after a while, he splurged his money and became broke. It was a dark evening, and he could not even buy a candle. Suddenly, the soldier remembered the Tinderbox. But just as he lit a light out of the Tinderbox, the door burst open, and the dog with big eyes, which he had seen down in the tree, stood before him and said, "What does my lord command?" The soldier understood the importance of the Tinderbox and said, "Get me some money." The dog was off and back again with a wad of cash. Now the soldier knew what a wonderful Tinderbox this was. If he rubbed once, the dog that sat on the chest of copper appeared. If he rubbed twice, there came the dog that watched over the silver chest. And if he rubbed 3 times, the one that guarded the gold appeared. Now, the soldier went back to his beautiful room and appeared once more in splendid clothes. All his friends immediately recognized him and began to give him great respect and compliment. One day, the soldier rubbed the Tinderbox, and one of the dogs came. "I know it's midnight, but I want to see the princess right now," the soldier said. The dog disappeared and came back with the princess. She was lying asleep on the dog's back and was so beautiful that anyone could see she was a real princess. Even though he wanted to stay with the princess for a while, He knew that it would not be right. That's why the dog took the princess back. But when it was morning, and the king and queen were drinking tea, the princess said that the night before she had had such a strange dream about a dog and a soldier. She had ridden on the dog's back, and the soldier had kissed her. "That's definitely a nice story," said the queen. But the next night, one of the servants was to watch at the princess's bed to see if it was only a dream or if it had actually happened. The dog came back in the middle of the night and took the princess. The servant followed them with her soft rubber shoes. She saw them going into a big house and put a big cross on the door with chalk. She returned home, and the dog came back with the princess. When the dog saw a large cross at the door of the soldier's house, he took a piece of chalk and crossed all the doors. And that was very clever, for now the servant could not find the right house, as there were crosses on all the doors. The next morning, the king, the queen came to see the crossed house, but they were surprised to see that all the doors were crossed. When they got home, the queen took a piece of silk and made a nice bag, and she filled it with the grains of porridge oats and tied it round the princess's neck. She cut a little hole in the bag so that the grains would strew the whole road wherever the princess would go. The dog came back at night and took the princess to the soldier who loved her. The soldier wanted to be a prince so he could have the princess. The dog did not notice how the grains were strewn right from the castle to the soldier's window, where he ran up the wall with the princess. In the morning, the king and the queen saw plainly where their daughter had been, and they took the soldier and put him into prison. "How dark and boring this place is," the soldier thought. "You will be punished tomorrow," they said. The soldier didn't like what he heard, but the real problem was that the tinderbox was at home. Next morning, he could see through the iron grating in front of his little window how the people were hurrying out of the town to see him hanged. He heard the drums and saw the soldiers marching. All the people were running to and fro. Just below his window was a shoemaker's apprentice with leather apron and shoes. He was skipping along so merrily that one of his shoes flew off and fell against the wall just where the soldier was sitting, peeping through the iron grating. "Hey, shoemaker's boy, you needn't be in such a hurry," said the soldier to him. "There's nothing going on till I arrive. But if you will run back to the house where I lived and fetch me the tinderbox, I will give you 4 golden coins. But you must do your best," said the soldier. The boy hurried and went back with the tinderbox. The soldier was relieved when he took the box. Outside the town, a great court was set, and there were the soldiers and hundreds of thousands of people. The king and queen were sitting on a magnificent throne opposite the judges and the whole council. The soldier was brought to the king and queen. Before he was punished, he was asked whether he had one last request. The soldier said he wanted to see the flames of the tinderbox for the last time. The king let him, so the soldier rubbed the tinderbox 3 times, and all of the 3 dogs appeared. "Help me not to be punished," he begged, and thereupon the dogs jumped on the judges and the whole council. "I can not take this," the king shouted. The dogs kept him and the queen quiet as well and went them away. All the soldiers in the country were scared of this event. "Good soldier, you shall be our king and marry the beautiful princess." Then they put the soldier into the king's throne. The 3 dogs danced in front of him, saying, "Hurrah!" And the boys whistled, and the soldiers presented arms. The princess came out of the copper castle and became the queen of the soldier, and that pleased her very much. The wedding festivities lasted for 8 days, and the dogs danced happily.